Okay.
All right, welcome aboard, everyone. Jessica, Heather,
Good morning.
Jalen, welcome to class.
You didn't introduce the kid.
She's a prop. Should be plenty. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Okay, what would you guys say if I were to invite you out to happy hour after this presentation today?
If I'm not working?
Okay. What if, better yet, instead of happy hour, I just pass these out right here. Here you go, one for you, one for you. And we all just share a shot right now just to get acquainted.
Oh no.
Sound better? Right. What do you guys think of me as the fun guy who's fun to be around? Or would you guys think, oh, this might be a problem, he might have a problem? Where is that line? That line between that person and that person, where is that line at? And who's responsible for drawing that line? Who's gonna draw that line for me? Who's gonna draw that line for you? If someone drew that line for you, what side do you think that you would end up on? Some of you here today may be familiar with the long-term and short-term effects of substance abuse. I myself was 12 years old when I first witnessed someone else use drugs recreationally. Since that point, I've spent most of my life surrounded by people from all different parts of this world, struggling with their battle to remain sober. Today, we're going to discuss some of the effects, the long-term effects of substance abuse. Secondly, we will dive into some statistics about how it affects us as a whole, as a nation. And finally, we will take a short little journey into someone else's point of view. So let's start by understanding some long-term effects. According to a February 2024 article published by the Cleveland Clinic, liver disease develops in 90% of people who are drinking, on average, 1.5 to 2 ounces of alcohol per day. That's one drink a day. 1.5 to 2 ounces of alcohol is averaged one drink. If you're averaging one drink per day, you have a 90% chance of developing liver disease. According to that same study, excessive alcohol consumption can cause irreversible nerve damage in the brain and several forms of dementia. From the Cleveland Clinic, medical professional Shreya Sengupta, in her article, she states that alcohol is related to cancer of the not only throat, but the rectum, mouth, esophagus, liver, colon, and breast. Alcohol really has its way of ravaging the entire body, not just one specific part or one aspect. It really can affect the entire body. Right, now that we've discussed just a few effects that alcohol and substance abuse has on your body, let's talk about what it can do to others. According to a 2022 article published by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, on average, 37 people die every single day from a alcohol-related incident. That's 13,505 deaths a year, just in the United States, just from motor vehicle-related incidents. Amelia Sharp says in her March 2024 article published by the American Addiction Center that 1 in every 5 adult Americans grew up in their adolescence in a household with someone who abused substances. That's 1 in every 5. 1 in every 5 persons, when they were a child, lived in a home where drugs and alcohol were abused. Of those people, they're all 4 times more likely to abuse substances themselves. So I think that's a really good indicator that this is a pattern. It's a repeating cycle. All right, now that we know some of the effects of long-term abuse, let's take a look at what that looks like in a real-life setting. I once knew someone who struggled with addiction every day. His desperation to have a family of people around him almost drove him mad. And his addiction, his battle can't be pinpointed down to one exact incident. Maybe it was stemming from his loneliness and isolation that he felt as a child. Maybe it did come from the fatherless childhood that he had growing up, leaving him with no sense of purpose or direction. Maybe it was the sexual assault that he encountered when he was a very young child. No matter the incident, he spent his entire life looking for a way to escape from his pain through any kind of substance he could. As these substances started to enter his brain and enter his body and alter his brain chemistry, he couldn't see what was happening around him. He couldn't see the career that he had worked so hard for fall apart. He couldn't see the relationships that he had built with other people crash and burn. He couldn't see the most important relationships in his life start to fall away as these people decided that they wanted more. They deserved better. All he could see was his next escape. His next drink is all he could see. And just like in our previous slides, that is one of the real long-term effects of substance abuse. In review of what we went over today, substance abuse has drastic effects and consequences on your body. It can have drastic effects to your environment and those around you. And it comes with alarming rates of death, homelessness, injury, loneliness. So I ask you guys to think about your drink. The next time that you're faced with the opportunity, the next time that you have substances in front of you, follow that drink out. Think about where it's going to take you. Play the story out in your head. Let your mind wander and see where it's going to go. See where this next drink, where this next substance abuse is going to take you. And if your mind plays out a story that's anything similar than the one I just told you, then I hope that you guys can find the courage and think back to today to walk away and create a better story. That courage that I speak of is the reason that I am here in front of you today. Thank you so much.
Say hi one more time.
Good job, Jacob.